Hey y'all, what's going on? Fuller here with Custom Offsets TV on the YouTube. Now today we're talking about Ford's newest level up in their heavy duty trucks. A new trim that's designed to both be a rock star on-road and off-road and made to tackle just about anything you can throw at it. Now, could this be as good as the Raptor? Well, today we're trying to figure out what's the hype with a Ford Tremor. Ford has always had a keen eye for the performance markets, and their trucks have been no exception. Ford Performance has had their hand in a little bit of every kind of performance situation, from rallycross, fast street trucks, NASCAR, the Ford GT, and recently the SVT crew has given us the SVT Raptor in 2010. Ford has been making waves by pushing the limits of what a consumer-available truck was capable of. Quickly dominating the half-ton market, Ford then shifted their focus to the 3/4-ton and 1-ton markets. Competitors like the Ram Power Wagon had been owning this space for the last few years, and the Tremor was Ford's answer to that. Debuting in June of 2019, Ford shook up the Super Duty lineup by offering the Tremor off-road package on all trim levels of 2020 trucks. According to a guy named Todd Eckert, who is Ford Truck Group's marketing manager, the Tremor was built around the idea that a growing number of Super Duty customers were using their trucks for more than just work. In fact, a large majority of them are also using their Super Duty trucks for fishing and camping and towing boats and RVs, and oftentimes they go off-road. So, Ford designed the Tremor specifically for those customers. Eckert went as far as to say that the Tremor balances what customers demand in terms of work with what they need in the great outdoors, which of course is something you'd expect to hear from a marketing guy. But I think he pretty much nailed that. When it comes to specs, the Tremor is a cut above the rest of the F-Series heavy-duty lineup. If you compare it to the standard Super Duty, the Tremor offers more ground clearance at 10.8 total inches and has the best approach angles of any Super Duty ever, meaning that you can climb up and over obstacles that you might encounter out on the trail. Pair that with a factory set of 35-inch Goodyear Wrangler dirt track tires wrapped around 18-inch matte finish black wheels, and you have the perfect recipe for a completely functional work and play rig. This is, of course, until you decide to slap an 8-inch BDS coilover lift and switch out those stock wheels for some 26-inch Archons and rubber band tires, but the Ford dudes would probably be much happier if you opted for some 8-lug methods or the new black Rhino wheels. Progressive rate springs balance the truck well during towing applications while also managing body roll on rough terrain. In addition, custom 1.7-inch piston twin-tube dampeners work to control body motion at low speeds. They're tuned to be a little bit softer, meaning that even the most severe impacts are softened when sending it down the most rugged of roads. Now, is this going to soak up the bumps like a Raptor? Well, no, this is a heavy-duty straight-axle truck. It's not designed to fly across Johnson Valley on your way to King of the Hammers, but it will get you there. When it comes to fancy drivetrain bits, the Tremor has a couple of tricks up its sleeve. An electronic locking differential with electronic shift-on-the-fly engagement is out back, and for the front, Ford opted for a Dana Limited slip axle. In certain driving modes, the Tremor can sense when a tire loses traction, and we use the braking system to direct power to the wheels that have more traction, which is actually pretty standard nowadays. Under the hood, the Tremor has two options. The first is Ford's new Godzilla engine. A 7.3-liter pushrod, fire-breathing V8 that pumps out 430 horsepower and 475 foot-pound of torque. Booyah. For those that prefer diesel, the Tremor can be packaged with Ford's proven 6.7-liter turbo diesel, which turns out 475 horsepower and over 1,000 foot-pounds of torque. Both engine options are paired with a 10-speed transmission to keep RPMs low even at highway speeds, which helps you get better fuel mileage, but with this truck, I wouldn't be too worried about that. I would just want to listen to that new 7.3-liter scream. So, sure, all of that is cool and all, but how usable really is the Tremor? When it comes to towing, you can easily pull 15,000 pounds with the gas engine, and with the diesel option, that capacity is increased to just shy of 22,000 pounds. So regardless of which setup you go with, one thing is for sure. The Tremor is here to change up the 3/4 and 1-ton market as we know it. I know I keep calling it the F-250 version of a Raptor, but there are actually fewer similarities than what you might expect. Sure, you've got different shocks, a front lift, some plastic rear range for better clearance, some Raptor-inspired steps to get in, and a plethora of factory skid plates, but it's not the Baja Warrior you might expect, and I want to make sure that's clear. This is a truck that is a midweek workhorse and a weekend warrior for the guys who need a heavy-duty truck but also want to go play in the dirt. The Tremor does have some neat off-road modes that act like cruise control but at low speeds, so it can maintain forward momentum, and then you just worry about the steering inputs if you're a novice off-roader. And you can drive through almost 3 feet of water before you'll run into any problems, so it's not a flop by any means. So, what do you think about the Tremor? Let us know down in the comments below, and if you've already got your Tremor or any other truck that you need wheels, tires, or suspension for, you can check us out at customoffsets.com. Peace.